Welcome students. In today's lecture we shall be learning about the various disorders of lymphocytes and platelets. So now let us first see what are the various disorders that are to be covered under the lymphocytes and platelets. So we shall be starting with the lymphocytes. In lymphocytes, the disorders may be associated with the either deficiency or with proliferation of the lymphocytes. This is either may be associated with the deficiency or with excessive proliferation of lymphocytes. So some of the important disorders will be covered. So the number one is lymphocytosis. First is lymphocytosis. So what is lymphocytosis? It is a rise in the absolute count of lymphocytes. This is rise in absolute count of lymphocytes exceeding the upper limit of the normal. So the upper limit is around 4000 micrometer, upper limit of 4000 micrometer, and is termed as lymphocytosis. Many of these are large atypical lymphocytes. So in this the lymphocytes are large and atypical in their structure, which are usually of 12 to 16 micrometer in diameter, and characterized by abundant cytoplasm containing multiple clear vacuolations. So they are containing abundant or excess of cytoplasm along with clear multiple vacuolations and an oral indented or folded nucleus. So with a folded nucleus also. The lymph nodes and spleen are enlarged and these are flooded by these atypical lymphocytes. So there is an enlargement of spleen and lymph nodes, which are usually filled by these abundant atypical lymphocytes. Liver function is almost always transiently impaired to some degree. Some of the common causes of lymphocytosis are, so now we shall be learning about the causes. So some of the important causes of the lymphocytosis are, first one is pertussis, second one is viral hepatitis, then brucellosis may be there, so along with this tuberculosis, secondary syphilis. So there are many kinds such as tuberculosis that can lead to lymphocytosis. We can say secondary syphilis, lymphocytic leukemias and lymphoma. So various lymphomas can be there. Lymphocytic leukemia can also causes lymphocytosis. So this was regarding the lymphocytosis. The next disorder associated with lymphocytes is lymphopenia. A fall in the absolute count of lymphocytes. So this is regarded as a fall in absolute count of lymphocytes below the minimum value of 1500 per micrometer, below the minimum value of 1500 micrometer. This is referred as lymphopenia. It is uncommon and occurs in most acute infections. So this mainly occurs in acute infections, a very rare disease. Or in the severe bone marrow failure, or this may occur in severe bone marrow failure, or in the corticosteroid therapy, that is administration of corticosteroids, or widespread irradiation. So corticosteroid therapy may also lead to this. Along with this, sometimes the widespread irradiation. So this is the all regarding lymphopenia. The third type of disorder is lymphomas. So we had already discussed that lymphomas may lead to lymphocytosis. So what are these lymphomas? Lymphomas are the malignant tumors. These are basically the malignant tumors that appear as masses within either the lymph nodes. So they are mainly in the lymph nodes in form of tumor masses, or in the organs and spread to liver, spleen, or they may spread to liver, spleen and bone marrow also. These are malignant tumors. Two types of lymphomas are recognized till date, which arises in the lymphoid tissues. The number one is Hodgkin lymphomas. So number one is Hodgkin lymphomas. It primarily arises within the lymph nodes. So primarily arises in lymph nodes. And subsequently spreads to other lymphoid and non-lymphoid structures. So this further spreads into other lymphoid tissues or other lymphoid structures. Lymphoid and also the non-lymphoid structures. It is more prevalent in young adult males than in females. The classical diagnostic feature is presence of Reed-Sternberg giant cells. So here is the presence of Reed-Sternberg giant cells, which is a classical feature of their identification. Approximately half the patients develop splenomegaly. So there is a development of splenomegaly. That is nothing but enlargement of the spleen. Low grade fever with night sweats. So in this, low grade fever is there with sweating at nights. These are the common symptoms around the weight loss may occur in 25 to 40% of the patients. Other symptoms may include fatigue, malaise and weakness. So, fatigue, malaise or muscle wasting and weakness may also be there. So, this was regarding the Hodgkin type of lymphomas. The next type of lymphoma is occurring in the lymphoid tissues is non-Hodgkin lymphomas, also referred to as NHL. These are non-Hodgkin lymphomas. These are the malignant tumors. So, these are also the malignant tumors that occur mainly in the immune system of the body and are more common than the Hodgkin lymphomas. These are malignant tumors of immune system, whereas the Hodgkin lymphomas were the malignant tumors in the lymphoid organs. It is most frequent in young adults and its incidence is showing an upward trend due to increasing incidence of AIDS. So, this is somewhat associated with AIDS also, although it may occur due to viral hepatitis or viral infections, AIDS, chemical and drug exposures. So, people working in the pharmaceutical sector where the preparation of raw drugs or the active pharmaceutical ingredients is there. So, there are many impurities that may cause the development of non-Hodgkin lymphomas. So, then comes the leukemia of lymphocytes. Now, the fourth disorder associated is leukemia of lymphocytes. So, in leukemias of lymphocytes, there are two types. Number one is acute lymphoblastic leukemia, also known as ALL. First one is acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Also referred to as ALL. These are the aggressive tumors composed of immature lymphocytes or lymphoblast. So, these are aggressive form of tumors mainly containing or consisting immature lymphocytes are known as lymphoblast. These are also referred as immature lymphocytes. And they occur predominantly in children and young adults. Anemia is always there, characterized by presence of anemia, occur mainly in children and young adults. The white cell count is variably elevated, sometimes more than 1 lakh per microliter. So, the value of the WBCs or leukocytes, lymphocytes may be more than 1 lakh per microliter. The next type is chronic lymphocytic leukemia. This is chronic lymphocytic leukemia or referred to as CLL. There is a marked leukocytosis and more than 90% of leukocytes are mature small lymphocytes. So, this is characterized by marked leukocytosis. And predominantly a disease of elderly, mainly present in elderly people of over 50 years of age, and it mainly involves B cells rather than T cells. It is mainly a disease of beta cells are involved, or B lymphocytes are involved in this. So, students, this was regarding the various disorders of lymphocytes. Now, we shall be starting with the various disorders of platelets or thrombocytes. So, in order to understand, let us first summarize what are the platelets or thrombocytes. These are the small rounded or oval shaped non-nucleated structures containing red purple granules when stained. Their composition is mainly including the phospholipids, neutral triglycerides, free esterified cholesterol and all these. So, their major role is in homeostasis and they also help in blood clotting. We all know they play an important role in blood clotting also. They also release the prothromboplastin, which after activation act on prothrombin. So, this is the mechanism for blood clotting. So, now there are various disorders that are associated with them. So, the first disorder associated is thrombocytopenia, that is thrombocytopenia. So, what is this thrombocytopenia? It is defined as abrupt reduction in peripheral blood platelets. This is reduction in peripheral blood platelet count that oftenly goes below 1,50,000 per microliter, below 1,50,000 per microliters. It is associated with abnormal bleeding. Now, this may occur due to abnormal bleeding or excessive blood loss and other disorders such as aplastic anemia, or leukemia, megaloblastic anemia, carcinomas, lymphomas, alcoholism, drug reaction and AIDS. So, drug reactions may occur and also AIDS can also be there, that leads to thrombocytopenia. One more, there is megaloblastic anemia. So, the next one is idiopathic thrombocytopenic purpura, or also referred to as ITP. This is also referred to as ITP or idiopathic thrombocytopenic purpura. Thrombocytopenic purpura. It is characterized by immunological destruction of platelets. So, this is characterized by immunological destruction of platelets. And normal or increased megakaryocyte in the bone marrow. So, there is an increase of megakaryocytes in the bone marrow. It is classified into acute and chronic forms. Acute form is seen mostly in children. So, this may be of two types. One is the acute, that is commonly seen in children. Following the recovery from a viral illness such as viral hepatitis, whereas the chronic form, that is mainly in adults, particularly in the women of childbearing age. The clinical features are easy bruising. So, there is easy bruising, mucosal bleeding, nasal bleeding, bleeding from gums, and hematuria is also there. So, presence of blood in the urine also occurs, known as hematuria. Now, the third type is essential thrombocytosis or primary thrombocythemia. The third category is, or the third disease associated with thrombocytes is essential thrombocytosis. Essential thrombocytosis. It is characterized by markedly elevated platelet counts. So, in this the platelet count is more than that of 4 lakh per microliters, and there is an absence of any recognizable stimulus. So, without any known cause there is an increase in value of platelets. So, secondary thrombocytosis occurs in response to known stimuli, whereas secondary thrombocytosis occurs due to known stimuli or the known response, such as chronic infection, or hemorrhage, or there may be iron deficiency, and sometimes rheumatoid arthritis also, an autoimmune disorder. So, there is swelling in the joints. The clinical features are easy bruisability. So, the same, the clinical features associated with this are easy bruisability, following minor trauma, or spontaneous bleeding, or sometimes the arterial or venous thrombosis. So sometimes the arterial or venous thrombosis may also occur. So students, this was all regarding the various diseases associated with that of leukocytes or lymphocytes and platelets. So we had discussed about lymphocytosis, lymphopenia, lymphoma. So lymphomas are of two types, Hodgkin lymphomas and non-Hodgkin lymphomas. Then comes the leukemia of lymphocytes. So these are also of two types, acute and chronic. So in disorders of platelets, we have studied about thrombocytopenia, idiopathic thrombocytopurpura and essential thrombocytosis. So I hope that various disorders associated with lymphocytes and platelets are clear to you now.